Good Morning Augusta, weekday mornings on News Channel 6.
Now on News Channel 6, 8 children are dead in Louisiana following a mass shooting that appears to be a domestic violence incident. Your News at 6 starts right now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 6.
Well, good Sunday evening to you. I'm Kim Vickers. Thank you so much for joining us. Our coverage you can count on begins with we have some sad breaking news for you now. Patrick Clayton, a distinguished law enforcement leader, devoted public servant, and beloved husband and father, passed away after a courageous battle with acute respiratory distress syndrome following a month-long hospitalization. Clayton dedicated 45 years of his life to service at the military, federal, state, and local levels. Patrick brought his experience and leadership to the Richmond County Board of Education as Chief of Police for Campus Police, and ultimately to the Richmond County Sheriff's Office, where he served as Chief Deputy until his retirement on January 1st, 2024. Under his leadership, the Richmond County Sheriff's Office achieved and maintained Triple Crown accreditation across operations, detention, and medical services. Beyond his professional accomplishments, Pat was a devoted family man. He resided in Evans for 27 years with his wife, Kim, where they raised their 3 children, Mike, Nick, and Macy. Patrick Clayton will be remembered as a man of integrity, humility, and unwavering commitment to service. Prayers for his family and loved ones. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office needing your help to find several people. 32-year-old Maria Montgomery and 35-year-old Patrick Buxton are both wanted for questioning in reference to an ongoing death investigation that happened on Gordon Highway last Wednesday. Buxton is homeless and known to frequent hotels in the Washington Road area and has an active felony warrant for an unrelated case. If anyone comes in contact with either Montgomery or Buxton, you are urged to call the Sheriff's Office. In a separate case, 35-year-old Jessica Sperling is also wanted for questioning, but for suspicious death that occurred on Harding Road in May of last year. Sperling is known to frequent the areas of Harding Road, Peach Orchard Road, and Windsor Spring Road. Anyone that comes into contact with Sperling should also contact the Sheriff's Office. And the Richmond County Sheriff's Office also needs your help in finding a runaway juvenile. 16-year-old Benavala Maida was last seen Saturday afternoon at her home on River Park Court. Maida was last seen wearing a pink shirt and is believed to be at an unknown home in Columbia County. If you have any information on her whereabouts, please contact the Sheriff's Office. And it's time now for a quick first check of your forecast with meteorologist Avery Gray. Now, Avery, the weather has been so incredible, so many people wondering, including me, is a good time to plant those flower beds and vegetable gardens?
That's right, Kim. It is go time when it comes to planting, but just keep in mind we haven't had much rainfall at all, and so you want to make sure that you keep those gardens and flowers especially watered during this time. Terry Lambert, Hyundai Skyview Cam showing you view now outside of Television Park. Mostly cloudy skies for your evening and most of today, and we had a cold front coming through earlier today, bringing us down 21 degrees than it was this time yesterday. Definitely feeling much more chilly across the area as temperatures are in those mid to upper 60s across the board, seeing 70 in Waynesboro and 71 in Millen. Mostly everyone in those upper 60s. Temperatures for the night dropping down to 60 degrees by 9 p.m. Overnight lows dropping down to 45. Going to be a chilly start to your Monday morning, so make sure you have that in mind as you're headed out the door. And 76 is your high for tomorrow. I'll have everything you need to know on upcoming rain chances and when that's going to happen in just a bit. Back to you, Kim.
All right, Avery, thank you. Well, a wildfire in McCormick County has burned dozens of acres on Saturday. The fire broke out along Whitetown Road between Old Man Jennings Road and El Aquitor Road. Crews moved quickly to contain the flames and stop the spread towards nearby homes. At its peak, about 75 acres were impacted. Multiple agencies responded, including local volunteer fire departments, the South Carolina Forestry Commission, the U.S. Forest Service, and the McCormick County Sheriff's Office. No injuries have been reported. Crews will continue monitoring the area as smoke may still be visible in the coming days. Now, we have had very little rain in the CSRA over the last several months, creating conditions ripe for wildfires. Now, the South Carolina Forestry Commission has issued a statewide burn ban and is warning people not to start unnecessary fires because they could easily get out of control. Take a look.
Any kind of fire right now is high risk for all of us. We're just as likely to see fires driven by dry fuel as we are wind. When you combine the two, you're looking at potential disaster.
There have been two large wildfires in our South Carolina viewing area this year, the Woodlawn Fire and the Sunnybrook Drive Fire. Both fires burned across hundreds of acres.
We've trended this direction for the past 3 years. Every year they get bigger. We've had 2 airplanes. We've had airplanes in the air twice this year. And in my memory, I couldn't tell you when or if that's happened in Aiken County before.
We haven't had any measurable rain since March, and so far in April, we've only had a trace amount. The moderate drought conditions we're under, coupled with the massive amount of fuel left behind by Hurricane Helene, is concerning.
We've put some time between us and Helene now, so all of the damage from that is still in areas that you can't see, is getting age on it, has continued to dry out.
While there are some exceptions, like grills, authorities say people should take this burn ban seriously.
The only legal fires you can do are in chimeneas or portable fireplaces. There's some exceptions for permanent campfire rings that are made of stone, masonry, or metal. You know, those are still extremely dangerous. We would ask people really to hold off from that.
If you're caught illegally burning during a burn ban, you might be fined up to $500. But if a destructive fire starts because of you, you could face serious consequences.
If you start a wildfire and it burns your neighbor's yard or property or structures, or heaven forbid leads to loss of life, you're just as civilly liable for that as you would be in any other case where you've acted irresponsibly. So that can be many more fines and jail time.
The Palmetto State's burn ban is in effect until further notice. You can find more in-depth information, including what is and isn't allowed under the ban, at WJBF.com. Well, Monday is the last day to register to vote in Georgia's primary.
While a cold front brought us much cooler temperatures and very little rainfall, but we are seeing more rainfall as we head into this upcoming weekend. I'll have all that and more coming up right after this quick break.
The CSRA's favorite news app is now even better with easier access to local news, weather, and live streaming video. Download the News Channel 6 mobile app.
Have a seat, Tom.
You wouldn't have a barbershop. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Welcome back. Well, a cold front moved through today, but you would not be able to tell as we have had very little rainfall, only seeing trace amounts of rain across the area. Augusta picking up on 0 inches, and so this is not going to help our drought at all in the slightest. And I'll have more on those details coming soon. But Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam showing a very nice view outside of Television Park. It almost looks cold as well. Definitely have some cloudy skies out there. 66 degrees is that temperature as winds come in from the northeast at 6 miles per hour. Dew point sitting low at 38 degrees with the 35% humidity and temperatures across the CSRA. Everyone now seeing those temperatures in the mid to upper 60s as we're at 66 once again here in Augusta, 64 in Aiken. We're at 68 in Millen. We're just a couple of minutes ago. They were sitting at 71 degrees. So everyone much cooler in the past couple of minutes, and also within the last 24 hours. As yesterday temperatures were near 90 degrees. We're seeing a 21 degree difference here in Augusta. So it's definitely feeling on that chillier side today, especially because we've been used to the heat. But this cold front not only bringing us colder temperatures, it's bringing cooler dew point temperatures and higher winds, and that does put us in some fire weather alerts. So we are in a fire weather warning, or a red flag warning, for Hancock, Tulliver, and Wilkes County. But everyone across the state of South Carolina is in a statewide burn ban. We just briefly mentioned this, but this is until further notice, and it's so important that you take heed of these precautions, because all of these precautions are just trying to keep you safe. And tomorrow we see an elevated risk for fire, or that elevated fire risk across the CSRA. And even though it might be a few counties here and a few counties there, maybe the whole state of South Carolina is under a burn ban, but not Georgia, we sit on the border, and everyone across the CSRA is experiencing the same weather conditions. And so it is just for you to go ahead and heed warning, take caution, just go ahead and treat this as if everyone across the CSRA were to be told the same thing. Just choose not to burn in the next couple of days, because we have higher wind gusts on Monday, around 15 miles per hour. Dew points remaining low throughout the week as we go from 38 Monday to 35 on Tuesday, 46 come Thursday, and we do have these drought conditions. I mean, all this is doing is worsening and exacerbating these drought conditions without any rainfall. But thankfully, there is a little bit of hope. We do have increasing rain chances going into this weekend, and here's a look at that on our weekend futurecast. We are seeing those rain chances become a little bit more heavier. Seeing yellow on the futurecast, that's a good sign. Also seeing it becoming more widespread across our area and lasting through the overnight hours. This is Sunday at 3 o'clock in the morning, so hopefully we can pick up on some much needed measurable rain this weekend. Overnight lows tonight dropping down to 45 degrees. Going to be a chilly start to your Monday morning, something we're not used to, but sunny skies are coming back in the forecast for this week. We're warming up, especially on Earth Day. We hit 83 degrees and then going back up to 88 come Thursday, Friday, and then we will start to see those rain chances as we head into the weekend.
I know, I am so happy to see, even if it's just 30% chance of rain, so many days with potential rain, I think it's going to be really good. We need
That's
that.
right. We need it.
All right, Avery, thank you. Well, still ahead, President Trump is speaking out on negotiations.
Everyone. The weather. It seems like it's always changing. That's why Live Viper 6 is always there.
It is a Viper 6 alert day as we track severe weather.
The Live Viper 6 weather team is coverage you can count on. Your most watched local news is getting a big plus.
WJBF 6 Plus.
The CSRA's trusted news source, now on demand.
WJBF 6 Plus is ready when you are. Download it free today on your favorite streaming device. Follow News Channel 6 on Instagram.
So much, Ellison. Well, a piece of history up for sale more than 100 years later. We'll have more on this unordinary life jacket coming up next.
Insurance. An accident can pause life, but it does not have to stop it. Mike Hostelow Law Firm helps you recover, rebuild, and keep moving forward.
Welcome back. It's going to be a beautiful week this week. Definitely a chilly start to your Monday morning tomorrow with temperatures in the mid-40s. We're warming up to the 80s, and as we look ahead to the weekend, finally the chance for some rain, and that rain to be sticking around for a while. That's a good sign. Hopefully a wetter pattern is ahead for us.
Crossing my fingers. All right, Avery, well, check this out. A life jacket worn by a survivor of the sinking Titanic sold at auction today. The jacket was worn by a woman named Laura Francatelli, a first-class passenger who survived on Lifeboat 1. Now, this was controversial for launching because it only had 12 passengers in it when it could have actually carried 40. That happened a lot, I think, with this sinking. Now, the jacket sold for more than $900,000, well above pre-sale estimates. I mean, this is a major historical artifact. I mean, the Titanic happened so long ago, but we're still talking about it.
Yeah.
And something like this is just incredible to have. Even if you're a private collector, but I think something like that should be in a museum. It's
Me too. I was about to say that. I wish the person, whoever got it from the auction, I hope they are putting it in a museum.
I hope so.
It's a piece of
Somebody
history.
passed away, and I wouldn't.
No, I think she
keep that
survived
person.
it.
Oh,
Yeah, she survived. Yeah, because
Yeah.
she was wearing it. So.
Okay, it's just still interesting to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's all we've got now. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back again tonight at 11. Have a great night.